Okay.
So, how do you feel about the police based on your interactions?
Well, the police, I always assumed they were always after me and, this and that. But no, they're only doing their job. I mean, they got wives and kids, and it's just part of their job. So I got past that stereotyping. Yeah, I mean, we do need them. They do protect the city, they do protect the public. We do need them, and they do a good thing. Even though in my youth I always thought they had something against me, but it wasn't that. It was just all in my head. And yeah, if we had no police, this whole city would be just chaos.
Yeah.
So I'm all for the police, yeah.
What do you think that there was ever like times, that they've overstepped their bounds? Or I know you were like involved in the judicial system a lot. Do you find that there was times where they overstepped that sort of like doing their job and sort of took on authority that didn't really belong to
Oh,
them?
guaranteed. Maine and Hastings, one time I had this older guy, believe it or not, this is a true story. I don't know why he did this, but he took off his gun belt and he gave it to his partner. He took off whatever else he had, gave it to his partner, and he said, "Okay, Mr. Dunning." He knew me by my name. He said, "Okay, Mr. Dunning, you think you're that big, bad, and tough?" He says, "Let's go around the corner." And he says, "Well, Duke, get out." He says, "You think you're that big, bad, and tough around this area? Come on." I said, "Come on, buddy, I'm not going to fight you." I said, "Come on. Obviously, no self-defense, blah, blah, blah." I said, "No, that's not going to happen." And there's been a few times I've had my head smashed in and, banged against the BFI garbage can, and good chance, 99% of the time, I deserved it. But there is times where, they trip me just for the sake of tripping me, just whatever the reason may be. So yeah, there has been a lot of times where they overstep their boundaries. Not all the time I deserved it. I'd probably say 75% of the time I deserved it. But there's that 25% they've definitely overstepped their boundaries, and I've seen them overstep their boundaries on other people where protocol wasn't called. They could have done it a lot easier, by talking to the person or pulling them off to the side, or they didn't have to start pulling out the steel bar and start whacking the guy. Well, the guy was drunk. Guy couldn't even see 2 feet in front of his nose, and 2 cops jumped him. There's no need for that. So yeah, they do step their boundaries sometimes. Maybe they're having a bad day. Who knows? But there's no need for it. Yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to add, or like anything that you think that you'd like to see from the cops, or that you wish that you could change?
I wish they'd use a lot more. Okay, the only way you can solve problems in this world is through communication. I believe that's the best way to solve problems. Now, if they can only communicate and have a better rapport with people that are alcohol and drug dependent, just by pulling them off to the side, not in front of 20 people, because everybody thinks, "Oh, you're ratting out, this and that." If they could just pull them off to the side and say, "Hey, listen, this is a problem, you shouldn't be doing this, shouldn't be doing that," or whatever the case may be, just communicate with the person in an assertive / aggressive tone, because some people have to be not physically aggressive, but voice-wise aggressive, because some people their brains are cooked because of alcohol and drugs or glue or gas or whatever they've been doing over the years. So sometimes you have to be a little bit more assertive and / aggressive, not physically but mentally. And if they could do that, there'd be a lot less violence, there'd be a lot less pardon my language, but bullshit going on between the police and the people. So I think they should learn something on communication when they know people have a drug dependency, or they know that people are high, or they know that's their lifestyle for the last 20 years. They've seen them on the same strip for 20 years, and they know that they're screwed up mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just pull them off to the side and have a chat with them. Now, if you have a chat with them 10 times and they still don't get it to their head, You still don't have to get physical. Maybe just lock them up for the night and say, okay, here. You know, and when you get them down to cells, and then every once in a while you can say, hey, listen, this is why you're here. You know, this is how you could solve this problem, and give them some tools to work with, because they probably don't have the tools. So give them some tools to work with, and hopefully the person could be a better person.
Awesome. That's great. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot. Wayne.
Okay, thank you.
Sweet.